Hi everybody, good to see you again, and here's today's box. And in this box I got something fun that you can try. Whoa! Letters made out of toilet rolls. Now, take a look at this. Now here we got different letters of different stage of development. Like here we have a totally finished O, that is a donut O, and here we have an I, that is a cucumber I. Let's see, here we have a half finished D, fits together like this. There's a half finished D. It's going to be a watermelon when it's finished. And here is a half finished O, and there's a tire O, two O's. We have an A. What is this? Oh, it's a G, H, M, K. And this K is hardly finished at all. It's very unfinished. So now I'm going to show you how to make them and how to finish them off beautifully painted like this. Now you also have many choices. You can choose a solid shape like this, or a box that can be opened like this so you can keep things inside. And you can also put a magnet on them and make them into fridge magnets. I'll show you a bit more about that later. Now, in order to make them, you will need lots and lots of these cardboard rings, and you make them from a toilet roll or several toilet rolls. First, you paint them white. So you take the toilet rolls and you paint them white both on the outside and the inside. The reason why I do that is because firstly to make a nice white base for the color later, and also to make the toilet roll much stronger. You see, when the paint is on, this becomes much harder and stronger and is easier to shape into letters. So you start with this and then you cut the rings. So here I have two magic little toilet roll tools. See, I've cut them up like this. So I curl them inside like this, and then I stuff them inside this one. That is to give some support for this toilet roll when we cut it so it doesn't crumble. So you will need a ruler and measure. My rings measure 1.1 cm. That's about this much. And then I have another magic tool that I wrap around so that I can make a ring all around. There. Now I can cut. There. Oh, beautiful ring. Let's now see how we shape them into letters. Well, look at all these again. So let's say we take an A, the first letter in the alphabet. Then I use my ruler and I go like this. So you have the pointy end here. I just make the pointy end like this, press it against the ruler like this. So now we have a droplet form. Then we got to go inside here in the middle. If things start to stick out like this, just glue it before you continue. So I put a little bit of glue in here. Then I close this and very quickly it starts to dry and I can continue with my shaping. And while it's drying, why don't you add me on Snapchat? So we fold here, and then we got to make this side equal to this one. So I measure, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 cm. So that's about there, like this. So now we have two equal sides. So this one and this one is equal. Next, I make the sides, this side and this side. That is the underside of the letter, like this. And like that. And then we push this in, and then we make a nice sort of rounded shape here. Now, to shape this letter can be a little bit fiddly, but that's the fun of it. You know, you just gotta have fun with folding and fiddling with these shapes until you got the shape that you want. So here is the start of our A. So when we're pretty pleased with it, we can go on with a small piece of cardboard and trace off the shape. It's a little bit hard to trace because the shape is so wobbly, but just do your best. It will work out. I'll tell you why. The shape that we make here will be a bit bigger than this one, so this one will definitely fit inside. So let's cut this out now. Okay, and now we can glue it on. So what I do is that I take my tray of glue and I dip the whole thing inside and I stick it on, and then I hold it in the shape that I want for a little while until the glue starts to set. Then I can put something heavy on it to hold it down. Put it right on top here. There. Now I wait for it to dry. Hey, it's dry. Well, almost. Now we need to do the same thing on the other side. Here I have one that is already cut out, so I'm gonna glue it onto this side and stick this on, and then the same thing over again. Hey, nice. You see, now that we are on this stage, we need to trim the edges and sand and make it smooth. So here I have a K that is roughly on the level on the A, and let me use this one to show you how. You need a knife, preferably a small knife, and then you need to look at the edges where you can trim it. All the edges that sticks out, and you can give it a little trim, and when that's done, you bring out a sandpaper and then you sand the edges like this. Finally, you got a letter that is nice and smooth like this J. Now here I have used a different recycled cardboard, so it's a bit of color. You can then choose to keep it like this and just paint it, or you can open it and turn it into a box like this B. You can see here I have made it into a nice B box. So let me show you how to open a letter and turn it into a box. First, you need to draw a line that is separating the box from the lid. Try to make it as even as possible along the whole letter. Like that. Now we can cut it. Obviously, since the letters are very different in shape, cutting can be a little bit tricky. You may need to get some help for the cutting. But anyway, just be nice and patient. Keep your fingers well away from the blade. Always cut away from you, and you should be able to do that without any problems. Oh, nice one. Now let's sand a little bit inside here before we continue. You know, just getting the rough edges a bit smoother. Now I need to make this into a lid. So I need to get my toilet roll back and cut another ring that is slightly smaller than the first one. If the first one was 1.1 cm, the next one now is going to be only 9 millimeters. It needs to be a little bit smaller than the first one. There. Now, this one needs to fit into the J. So we gotta start shaping it in a J form like this. Now, this one is gonna be a little bit too big to fit in entirely. So we need to cut away a little bit of the cardboard. So I just sort of open it like this and then see if it fits now. Now, shaping this can be a little bit fiddle-daddly, but you know, it's also quite fun, so just enjoy it. So now I have fitted the J into the lid, so now I can glue it. Using a little brush and then brushing on the glue on the inside here. There, now I fit this inside, press it onto the sides so that it forms a nice lid. Right, now this needs to dry. Okay, let's see if they fit together. Oh yeah, beautiful. Nice little box. Before we paint, have a look at these shapes. What do they look like to you? I mean, they can be a lot of different things, of course, but how about a fish? Doesn't this kind of look like a swimming fish with the head down here and the body up and the tail like that? So, I have mixed here a light gray color, sort of a fish cod sort of gray color. So let's paint it up as a fish. Next, let's put on the eyes. So as soon as you have the eyes, things start to look alive. So I take the white in the eyes first, like this, and then I switch over to black color and do some details. The head over here, a fin down the back, another fin, and a tail, and maybe something on the body here. Let's see, from the underneath, two little fins here, tail, a couple of fins on the side. Then that needs to dry before I finish off the face. Then I add in the pupils. Oh, nice, beautiful. I let the fish dry over here while I bring out the watermelon. And let me show you how I finish off this watermelon D, letter D. I already have the red, so I just need to add green along the side, leaving plenty of space for whites. So you have a green stripe and a white stripe, and then the red watermelon flesh. Then I move down the side, so now you're basically on the outside of the watermelon. Now I leave them to dry, and then I will add the rest of the stripes and the seeds. Then some lighter green stripes. Then the seeds. Then I continue with the next one. How about the tire? See, here's the tire. I'm just gonna fill in a bit of gray. There. And then the patterns on the tires, using a light gray and a very small brush, just making a little bit of patterns on the tires. There. Okay, let that dry. And how about the A? Maybe it could be a house with a window up here, and this is the door. Okay, let's try that. Purple. Then I add in the window of the house, roughly about there. Oh, it's shining nice. And if I want this to be a winter house, I can add some snow. And above the door. And then some lines through the window, like this. And now I want to show you how to put on the magnets so that you can stick them on your fridge. You see, magnets you can put on the back like this, or you can put it on the inside like I've done with the tire. See here, magnets on the inside, and this is on the outside. Now, magnets come in all kinds of packets. You can buy them in all kinds of stores, and they come in different sizes and different shapes. Some are stronger, like these ones. Some are slightly weaker, like these ones. But they are very easy to get hold of, and they're not very expensive. So now, let's look at how to put on a magnet. Oh, they're so hard to separate. Come on, these shiny ones are particularly strong. Let's take the watermelon. So let's say you want to put the magnet on the inside. So that's facing out, and that's towards the fridge. So you want to put the magnet at the bottom here. And one should be plenty. So all you need is a nice dollop of glue at the bottom, and then stick your magnet on top, push it in there. And that's all you need to do. Now you need to wait until this is fully dry, and then you can stick it on your fridge or anywhere else. Now take this letter for instance. The E is so complicated to make into box. You see, these are made into boxes. But because of the E shape is so complicated to make into a box, better we leave this letter just as it is. That means that the magnet goes right on the outside. So maybe two of these there. Now check this O, for instance, which is a donut. As you can see, it's got that sort of little ring inside. So it's actually made from this, and the ring I have made from this, which is a toilet roll that I glued like this and then made a smaller cylinder. So if you slice off a ring the same width as this, you can then make a donut like that. But sometimes I find this a bit troublesome to do all this, so sometimes then I will do like this B. No hole, because then easier to make, and also the space inside the container is bigger. So this is a perfectly nice B, and the holes you can just paint, so just paint it on. no problems. So let's see what we have here now. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and the I is a cucumber. Can open up like this. Oh, nice, isn't it? I've even painted it on the inside. J, which is a worm. O, donut, O. And that's as far as I have gotten. All you gotta do is to take your cardboard ring and then shape it into whatever letter that you want, because this is very shapeable and you can try all kinds of angles and twists and turns and until you got what you want. Now see if you're up for this challenge of making the whole alphabet and then coming up with what would you like your letters to be, because they can be painted into all kinds of things. Now let's try to stick them on the fridge. Welcome to my fridge. Yeah. Okay, let's stick them on. Whoa. Look at this. Now, shall we try to spell a word? What kind of word? D-O... Doob. A doobie. Joldo. Abe. I totally give up. If you make enough of them, you can spell anything. Try with your name first. That's my recommendation. Okay, see ya.